Vanessa, what up? Gene, what's up? Top fans, what is that? Okay, I see something. What's going on, family? What's up? Welcome on in. How's everybody day going? Fourth wall, what's up? Finally got a thick straw. We're gonna give people some time to come on in, y'all. How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling? How you feeling? I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the different topics that we're gonna talk about today. Make sure my volumes are good. Okay, volumes are good. Perfect. Let me pull up the topics for today. Let me see. Pro gang. Amir, what's up, Amir? Listen, man, we having a show today. Are am I preaching or am I reaching? That's what we're talking about today. Am I preaching or am I reaching? I'm gonna tell y'all how it's gonna go, okay? But let me shout out everybody. I see you, Fourth Wall. I see you, Gene. I see you, John Peter. I see you, Amir. I see you, Nechi. I see Fourth Wall. I see Vanessa. I see y'all, man. Asian. Asian is malfunctioning, but it's all good, y'all. Are you preaching or are you reaching? I got these topics laid out here today. So we're going to talk about it, man. If you're ready to find out how it goes, put a one in the chat. If you're ready to find out how it's going to go, put a one in the chat and I'll give you guys the baseline of how it goes, okay? But let me see them ones, man. I want to see if my people are ready, man. Grow gang. Let's go. Okay, I got enough ones in here. Let's go. So check it out, family. Listen, I'm going to put a topic out, right? And you're going to say in the comments, either I'm preaching. Preaching means that I'm talking good. If it sounds far-fetched, you're going to say I'm reaching. If you say I'm preaching, you have to say why. If you say I'm reaching, you got to say why. What's up, Sam? What's up, Sylvia? Does that make sense to you guys? So I'm going to give you the topic and you're going to tell me, oh yeah, he's preaching. But if it doesn't sound like something you agree with, you're going to say, oh nah, he's reaching. And then you're going to say why. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, put a lightning bolt in the chat. Let's go. Listen, I finally got these big straws. So I ain't got to worry about it getting clogged no more, y'all. We set the smoothie free today, y'all. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, I see Gene. Fourth Wall says you're reaching. Y'all ready? I got the topics right in front of me. Y'all ready? I'm ready. I see Netchi, I see Jeans ready. Let's rock. Oh, I got you, Gene. Okay, so you guys ready for the first topic? Let's do it. All right, so remember, I'm gonna say the topic. You're gonna say, "Oh yeah, he preaching." That means you agree. If you disagree, you can be like, "Ah, nah, he's reaching." But make sure you put why. That way we can have a discussion amongst each other, and then I'll weigh in on it after. But I want to hear what y'all got to say. Let's go. Okay, so the first statement of the day is this: relationships are an even exchange. Relationships are an even exchange. Am I preaching or am I reaching? I'm reading your comments. Amir says I'm reaching. Okay. Fourth wall says I'm preaching. Okay. Gene says I'm reaching. Gene says no relationship is going to be equal. Not all. Okay. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Everybody else, I want to see what y'all got to say. Am I preaching or reaching? Fourth wall, you said I'm preaching. Why am I preaching? Amir, you said I'm preaching. Why am I preaching? Let me know. Let me know. Gene, you says no relationships because no relationships are going to be equal. Okay. Why is that, Gene? Why is that? It's 50-50, give or take. Okay. Okay, fourth wall. Fourth wall, is every relationship 50-50? Or you think it should be 50-50? Max Sharp, what's up? Shout out to Russia, man. How you feeling, bro? I'm waiting for y'all's comments. It should be 50-50. Okay. Okay. Does everybody agree that it should be 50-50? Gene, do you agree it should be 50-50? Because it might end up failing because the partner's different likings. Yes, you can have the same. Okay. Or Gene says it should be 50-50. Okay. Okay. Well, when we talk about even exchange, does even exchange mean 50-50? Because I think that let's say somebody is the breadwinner, right? But another person takes care of the house, take care of the kids, take care of everything else. Uh, would you still call that 50-50, or would you call that even exchange? That's not fair. What if it works though, Gene? What if it works? What if it works? What if it works? That's the question. What if it works? Talk to me. What if it works, y'all? Am I preaching or am I reaching, y'all? What if it works? So I guess even exchange. Some even exchanges are different from 50-50. What you may see as 50-50 may not be uh, an even exchange. It is if one is home all day, then that person should at least cook or clean. Okay. Okay, I can agree with that. Um, so fourth wall. So relationships should be an even exchange, right? What if one person is stronger in a certain area more so than another person? What would you say about that? D. John Travolta, what's up? Bike Bros, I see you. What if one person is stronger in a certain area more so than the other person? What do we say about that? I gotta know, man. Am I preaching or am I reaching? Elaborate. So let's say one person is more financially savvy than the other person. So they can't meet 50-50 on the bills. Or one person makes more money than the other person. Can there be an even exchange still? Or is it only 50-50 with money, 50-50 with the kids? Or do we formulate it where it works for us and we exchange that way? What do you think? He said, guess what? What, Bike Bros? Yeah, still will be even exchange. Okay, that's fair. Listen, I just had to throw one out there just to warm you guys up. That's all. That's all. We're just warming it up. That's all. You follow what I'm saying? Sketcher, are you in here, Sketcher? Amir, are you still in here? Yeah, congratulations, Bike Bros, for real. Congratulations. Congrats. For sure. Okay. Did you have any thoughts on it, Nechi? Or are you cool on that one? That's just a little warm up, y'all. I promise the questions are gonna get a little more, a little deeper. So for the final declaration, am I preaching or am I reaching, y'all? Is it preaching or is it reaching that relationships are an even exchange? Fourth wall says I'm preaching for sure. I think it's ever changing. It's never going to be equal. It goes based off currency of each person, which fluctuates daily. That's a good. Did you see? Do you guys see what Nechi said? I think that makes sense, you guys. I think that's a very sensible thought pattern. I just pinned it. She said, I think it's ever changing and it's never going to be fully equal. It goes based off the current needs of each person and it fluctuates daily. Wait, no, preaching. Now that I think about it. Okay. Okay. So we got preaching. Um, I think Nechi's saying that I'm reaching, right? Is that right, Nechi? I'm reaching. I wonder what this whole top fans thing is that I got on here. Somebody's asking you to elaborate. Is that whole top fans thing new? Fourth wall said elaborate. Listen, this is the easy question. This was not too deep at all. Yeah, it's a reach. It's transactional if it's always even. Hey, fourth wall. Did you hear that? Did you hear that, fourth wall? It's transactional if it's always even. What do y'all think about that? If it's always even, it's transaction. What do y'all think about that one? I think she has a great point. What are you confused by, Gene? What do you mean transactional? Transactional means that you give me something, I give you something back. Almost like when you go to the store. You go to the store with money, so they give you a product. If relationships are always even, then when I give you something, you give me something back. That's what she's trying to say by transactional. But I see both sides, you guys. I see both sides. I see both sides, guys. Some days you may need more from your partner. You may be able to give. Then it won't be even, but it's still fair to the needs of the couple as long as you seem rich. There you go. Wow. That's a bar. Gene, maybe it's just something to think about. Don't get confused. Just let it process, let it marinate. And you never know what outcome you'll get from it. It's give or take. Not everything is about me and not everything is about the person that I'm with. It's got to be in the middle. It's true, fourth wall. I think that what Nechi is saying is if it's transactional, um, then it's not a real relationship. It's like a business. I believe she's saying it's like a business if it's transactional. You know what I mean? I see the points. Listen, I see everybody's point. Nechi says I'm reaching. Gene says I'm preaching. I think fourth wall said I'm preaching. Yeah, it's like I have to do this for you to do that. Transactional is like that. I'm looking at it as a relationship. What do you mean by I'm looking at it as a relationship? I think the consensus or the point is if it's always even, then it's a business more so than a relationship. I bought you something, so you must buy me something. That kind of thing. But I get what you're saying, fourth wall. You're saying that we should meet in the middle. And I think that even exchange, I agree with that, fourth wall. I agree with that. I think even exchange goes a little deeper than 50-50, if you will. You know what I'm saying? But hey, 100 for me. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Listen, I think both points. I don't want half my value back. Netchie Sketch is a tough cookie, you guys. Look out. I don't want half my value back, she said. So drop in the comments your final consensus. Relationships are an even exchange. Am I preaching or am I reaching? After the back and forth conversation, what do you agree with? Am I preaching or am I reaching? Fourth wall, he's sticking with preaching. He say, I'm preaching, y'all. Fourth wall says, I'm preaching. He says, I heard all that you said. I heard all the information. But you still preaching, bro. I'll take it. Netchie says, you reaching, bro. Netchie says, I hear you, but you still reaching. I'll take that. I will take that. Gene says, I'm reaching. I'll take that. That's okay. Listen, that was just a little warm up, y'all. That was just a little warm up. That was just a little warm up, family, okay? We're going to go to the next statement, okay? We're going to go to the next statement. Y'all ready? If you're ready, drop a 1 in the chat. Hopefully you got your thinking caps on so that we can talk about it, man. Am I preaching or am I reaching, y'all? Let's go. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're ready. I'm ready. Everybody ready. Let's go. Netchie ready. Fourth wall ready. Let's go. Aunt Mosey in the building. What's up, Aunt? All right, here's the next one, y'all. We got enough people to get it going. Y'all ready? I'm ready. You ready? Let's go. The second statement of today is everybody has faith in something. Everybody either believes or has faith in something. Am I preaching or am I reaching? Let's go. Grow Gang in the building. Everybody has faith or belief in something. Am I preaching or am I reaching? Once you drop the preaching or reaching, put why. So you can put preaching and then on the next line at some point, put why. That way we know where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? That way we know, okay, it's preaching down the board. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm pretty shocked because some people say I don't have faith in anything. Or I don't believe in anything. Let me make sure my questions are right. Gene says, I don't know. Everyone just does. Okay. Okay. Gene, what about the people that say, I don't believe or have faith in anything. I just live life and survive. What do you say to those people? What do you say to those people? Lack of belief is still having faith that nothing exists, and they are correct. Got you. If you don't believe in nothing, then what's keeping you going? That's true. That's true. They have faith, there's no consequences. That's true. So if they say that they don't believe in anything, are they just, is it something that they're just telling themselves? They're just kind of Lying to themselves, would you say? Or, well, they believe in something, I'm sure, because when you say, I believe you can do it, and that basically makes my point, I guess. Okay. Okay. I understand it. Okay. Anybody think I'm reaching? Anybody think I'm reaching? It seems like I think they're just fed up with life. That's a good point, Fourth Wall. That's a really good point. They may just be fed up with life. They have faith in themselves over an entity in that moment. Okay. Okay. I like that, Nechi. I like that. Okay. Anybody think that I'm reaching? Or is it all preaching down the board? I thought that was going to be a little more trivial. I guess we didn't have any hardcore atheists. Because a hardcore atheist will tell you, listen, I don't believe in anything. So does anybody, I'm going to say the statement again. Everybody believes in something. May not be the same thing, but in something. Am I preaching or am I reaching? I only seen preaching up and down the whole thing. It's only been preaching. So nobody thinks it's a reach. That's cool. Make sure I read all the messages. Okay. I think we're all caught up. Red Dragon, how you doing, brother? Fourth Wall says I'm preaching, y'all. Fourth Wall says I'm preaching. I know Nechi said I'm preaching. Aunt Mosey, not sure if you're there, brother. But am I preaching or am I reaching if you are? Nechi says we preaching. I think the fact that a person has knowledge of faith is already preaching. I think the fact that a person has knowledge of faith is already preaching. What do you mean by that, Aunt Mosey? A person having knowledge of faith. Miss Sketcher, what are those little number 3s with the crowns next to people's names? You know anything about that? Maybe that's like a new thing? Top fans? Maybe it's like a new thing. Maybe. But yeah, Aunt Mosey, let me know what you mean by that. I think the fact that a person has knowledge of faith is already preaching. Okay. Sharon says, I'm spreading love and respect to all. Much love, Sharon. Respect right back to you. Much love. Oh, it's ranking the top commenters. Okay. Beautiful. You was number 1, but now you're number 3. Keep commenting. You're going to be all right. That's pretty cool. Okay, Nechi. Okay, something new. My first time seeing it. All right. So it looks like no one disagrees with that statement. That's what I've been doing. But okay, yeah, Gene, I don't know. It's new. So I have no idea, my friend. But it's no big deal. It's all good. It entices people to comment and get the badge. Oh, okay, I got you. Hey, you see it, top comments. It says, what's the leaderboard? A place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 special badges in live chat. It resets every stream. So you can always try again how to get leaderboard. Click SP. Send live chat messages, super chat, stickers, or send the gifts. It says you'll need to collect experience points or XP. Send live chat messages, super chat, super stickers, or send a gift. Okay. Cool. Very cool. All right. So listen, that question seems easy. Okay. So we're gonna move on to the next topic, unless Aunt Mosey wants to explain what he was saying. We're gonna move on to the next one. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one. Are these too easy? If they too easy, let me crank it up a little bit. Ready? Let's go. We're gonna crank it up a little bit. Hinder, what's up, Hinder? Okay, Taylor Day, how you doing? Aunt Moses says, what Hebrew says, define faith as assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. Right, Aunt Mosey. But what if a person that doesn't believe in the Bible comes and says, hey, I don't have faith in anything? Do you think they do have faith in something? Or are they right? They don't have faith in anything. Hinder says, right. What's up, Hinder? Hey, Taylor. How you doing, Taylor? Can I cash after XP point? What do you mean, bro? Hinder says, great love, man. Much love back to you, Hinder. Yeah. Aunt Mosey, what if they say, hey, I don't believe in anything? You know what I mean? What about that? What about that? Strong Bros, what's up, man? Long time no see, man. How you been, man? Yeah, fourth wall. It's something that YouTube does. It's nothing that I'm giving out. It's a YouTube thing. All right, I'm ready to move to the next one, you guys. Or am I preaching or am I reaching? Are y'all ready? It looks like everyone anonymously was voting on the fact that I was preaching on the last piece, you guys. You feel me? That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like, guys. Okay? So I'm going to move on to the next one, okay? I'm going to move on to the next one. Remember, I'm going to say the statement. You let me know, am I preaching or am I reaching? Just so you know, if I'm preaching, that means you agree. If I'm reaching, that means you disagree. All right? Let's go. All right. Time is more important than money. Am I preaching or am I reaching? Time is more important than money. Am I preaching or am I reaching? Red Dragon, it's a little rainy today. A little rainy today, Red Dragon. But Red Dragon, answer the question. Time is more important than money. Am I preaching? You agree? Or am I reaching? You disagree? After you put preaching or reaching on the next line, put why you agree or why you disagree. Am I preaching or am I reaching, y'all? Let's go. Netchi says, I'm preaching because money can be recovered, but your time can't be recovered. I like it. Time over money, hard fact. Okay. I like it. When you're making a lot of money, that normally comes from time. By the time you make the money, you're up in age and you can't really enjoy it. I agree with that too. I agree with that. So you value your time over money. You value I think that time is the most valuable commodity, as some of you know, right? Time can make money, but money cannot make time. You're right. Mosey, what if somebody challenges you and says, hey, um, if I have more money, then I'll be able to make more free time? What do you say to that person? What do you guys say to that person? If I have more money, I'll be able to make more free time. What do you say to that person? What do you say to that person? I mean, I hear it all the time. They're like, hey, if I just make more money, I'll be straight. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all say to that individual? Well, I like what Netchi said. She did say it. You'll be old by then unless you win the lottery. Fourth wall be think fourth wall has his thinking cap on. Fourth wall's thinking cap is on really well. Usually when you have more money, you find more expenses. Very true. I think you always do, to be honest. I think you always find more expenses when you have more money. I think that's a fact. I think you guys could correct me if I'm wrong. I think when you're making or when you have a certain amount of money, you have to justify your salary or what you make by buying more expensive things. Do you think that's true? Just something I think I see. When people make more money, they have to justify their salary, right? With buying more expensive things. I think it's just a reality. I think it's crazy. Even if you win the lottery, you don't keep all the money. That's a fact. That's a super fact. Super fact. Very much so. So, time being more important than money, I'm preaching, right? A lot of people want a lot of people want others to know about their money. For sure. That is a fact. Because think about it. Would you care about being rich if no one else could know that you were rich? Would you care about buying it? Let's say a car. Would you care about buying an expensive car if no one else could see it? I'm asking for a friend. If no one else could see your car, would you care? Huh? Would you care? I don't think people would care to buy certain things if people couldn't see it. That's just me though. Sorry. On time. What's up, Kunal? What's going on? Do you think people would buy certain cars if no one could see the cars? Netchi says we wouldn't buy 90% of what we buy if we were solo. If we were solo. You're right about that. You're right about that. Clothes being one, by the way. Fourth wall, you can't tell people about money that you have. They will even still, huh? They will even still and live lives to take. They will even still and lives to take with you. I'm not sure what you're saying, fourth wall. I was rolling with you. Yeah, yeah, redo that one for me, bro. Redo that one for me. Yeah, cool now, man. We're having a discussion currently. Time is more important than money. I'd still buy the car if it's something that pleases me. Okay, I got you, Aunt Mosey. So you're saying that you would still get an expensive car even if no one else could see it. Got you. Okay, that's cool. I mean, it's rare, but it's cool. I like it. I like it. It is rare though. Most of the time, we buy certain clothes because we think we like it, but we also think we look good in it, right? But we're not buying clothes and just staying in the mirror the whole day. We're buying clothes and we're out amongst other people. So we want to look good for ourselves, but deep down inside, Nechi has a point. It's also for others a little bit. You can't tell people that you have money they will steal from you, and Lord forbid, and in the life. I got you. I got you, Aunt Mosey. Fourth wall. Sorry, fourth wall. I got you. I got you. So we can agree that time is more important than money. We preaching, right? That's an easy one, right? We preaching. Time is more important than money. We preaching, right? If someone said they'd have more free time if they had more money, I'd say they're right, but money still can't buy time. I agree. Money can free up your time, but it cannot buy time. I agree with that. I agree with that. Totally agree with that. Totally agree. So we preaching, right? I think we came up with that conclusion that we preaching on that one, y'all. Nechi says we preaching. I want to make sure we can move on to the next one. I want to make sure. Aunt Mosey preaching. Nechi preaching. Nechi, I wonder where C7 is. I wonder where C7 is. Shadow, what's up, Shadow? Okay, fourth wall. I got you, bro. I appreciate you. So I think we agree that we preaching. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I understand you. I understand, Jim Bros. Welcome back, man. Yeah, Nechi, he be doing all that yapping, but he be asleep. Fourth wall. I don't know. Great Porsche's. I'm not sure, to be honest. He's kind of been in and out. So a good question though. In my opinion, if people know how to use time and money, then life would be easier. Some people spend times without doing anything. Few people spend money. Okay. So Kunal, I think so. Are you saying that time and money is equal? Is that what you're saying, Kunal? You guys chime in on what Kunal is saying. I'm gonna pin it just so you guys could see it and maybe voice your opinion on what Kunal is saying. That's right, Nechi. They need you. They need you. They be doing all that crying and then need to get tucked in still. But what do y'all think about what Door's life in Kunal or Door's life with Kunal? What do you guys think he's saying? Reggie Long, what up, man? I'm doing pretty good, Reggie Long. How you feeling, man? Welcome to Am I Preaching or Am I Reaching? Welcome. Welcome. We say he's doing pretty good, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Right now, we're talking about is time more important than money? That's what we're talking about right now. I think he means spending time and money wisely. That's what I kind of get from him as well, Aunt Mosey. But then would he say that money and time is equal? Or would he say that money in time, like is he saying money and time is equal? That's kind of what I'm getting from him. That he believes that money and time is equal. Reggie Long says you can waste both, but you can get one back. Reggie Long. I think that's a bar, bro. I think that's a bar. Strongbow says I'm counting dollars till I can afford the cap because I've been spending money on my gym. Okay, got you, strong bros. Keeping it strong, baby. Keep it strong. Nechi says, I guess what he means is time doesn't have much value if you don't do anything valuable with it. I agree with him there. Aunt Mosey says, I strongly disagree with that. No money ain't equal with time, period. Okay. Okay. I love different perspectives, man. I love it. So, Nechi, do you agree with what he's saying? Or are you agreeing with Aunt Mosey's take? Because I guess what Kunal is saying is if you just have a whole bunch of time and you're not doing nothing, I mean, what are you really doing, right? You can't buy time by money, and also without doing work you can't earn. Agreed. Agreed. So, Doors, Kunal, are you saying that money and time is equal? Is that what you're saying? It sounds, you know, like you're saying it's equal to an extent. Sounds like it's a little equal, man. I don't know. I just gotta. It definitely makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you got a whole bunch of time and you're not doing anything with your time, I get what he's saying. I guess we're talking about it from the standpoint of value. Strong Bros, it's 522. Reggie Long says it all starts with the individual. People could find both invaluable. Um, Reggie Long, you're right about that, but I think the general consensus is that they both have value. If a person finds time and money both invaluable, then my question would be, what is the purpose? That's what my question would be. If you have nothing but time, but you're doing anything, you're not making any money, but if you spend so much time chasing money, you lose because you're not really living. The key of balance. I read what you just said, Fourth Wall. You're welcome, Strong Bros. I think what Nechi just said brings it all together. I think you need a balance of time and money, right? Or you think they complement each other? Got you. But let me ask you, though, Doors, with this discussion, if you had to pick which one is more valuable, what would it be? Harry 363. What's up, Harry? Money buys time because you can pay for something for someone for you, saving the time for you to do something else. That's true, Harry. As a commodity, though, Harry, what would you say? Would you say time is more valuable than money or not? If you had to pick one, what would it be? I agree. Sadly, some folks get so depressed they don't want either, but balance is key. That's right. Balance is key. Aunt Mosey says time. Doors says time. Greed says time. Nechi says time. So I guess I'm preaching then, right? Time is more valuable than money. It depends on how much time you have. True. I would say as a commodity, though, Harry, which commodity is the most valuable? It looks like the general consensus in here is time. It looks like it. You know what I'm saying? It looks like it. That's right. You know one thing about time for me? What since you guys all chimed in, I'll chime in now. What gets me about time is this. This is something that stuck with me about time. Right now, it is 5:25, July 1st. It is 5:25 p.m. and 18 seconds. It will never be that time in history ever again. Isn't that crazy? It's 5:25, July 1st, year 2025. It'll never be that time in your life, my life, or anything that exists ever again. That's crazy. With money, next year will be 2026. So it'll never be 5:25, year 2025, July 1st ever again. To me, that tells me I'm preaching because time you never can get back. Don't forget to like the stream, family. We one away from 20. Let's go. Time is more valuable because you can fill it with love, whereas you spend money, you tend to feel depleted or unfilled. Reggie Long, you have a very good point. So I'll say it again. Reggie Long, I agree with that as well. Money does manipulate. It can. So I'll say it one more time. Time is more important than money. If you agree, drop in the comments preaching. If you disagree, drop down that you reaching. The world is in black and white as one or the other, though. Harry 363, you're right about that. But I'll tell you what, though, Harry, whatever your last birthday was, Harry, you can never see that year again. That's the crazy part about time. You can't never see it again. Fourth Wall says I'm preaching. Greed says I'm preaching. Aunt Mosey says preaching. Reggie Long says preaching. You can never see that time again. Cool Now says I'm preaching. Netchi says I'm preaching. You can't never see that time again. Isn't that crazy to y'all? It will never be 5:27 again. Well, let's say I had no money that year and did nothing. Let's say I had no money that year and did nothing. Would it not be a waste of time? Harry, good question. I think that when you say if you had no money and you did nothing, that would be assuming that you didn't have family that you were taking care of, or you didn't have company that you shared, or you weren't sharing ideas. I think we couple the lack of money with the lack of imagination or the lack of ability. The lack of money is not the lack of ability. It's literally just the lack of money. But I get what you're saying. By the way, this is not just saying sit around and do nothing. We're just saying which is the most important commodity. Sitting around and doing nothing, that's not even a part of the consensus. But I get what you're saying. I know many people who doesn't care about time. They only care about money. I know a few myself. I agree. What's your favorite protein shake? I want to try recommendations. And yes, sir, preaching. I will let you know that, bro. We only technically had one birthday, then the clock is ticking until our final breath. Everything else is just a filler. You funny. You funny, bro. And when you truly think about things, the best part of our life is free. The best things in life are free for the most part. Agree with that. Agree with that. Agree with that. Strong Bros. I like Vega. Hope that helps you, bro. If you're ready for the next one, drop a 1 in the comments, you guys. I got more. Let's go. Kunal says, yeah, they're my bosses. That sounds about right. Let's go. And then what's up? So back in the days when money didn't exist and there was only trading, how did they go about life without money? Aunt Mosey, you said it. They traded. The way to see your last birthday is to take lots of pictures. That's so funny. The three necessities in life aren't free: food, water, and a place to sleep or rest. Um, so before we move on to the next one, I'm gonna answer Harry because Harry's bringing up some great points. Harry, I think both and is a thing, right? So both and is a thing, right? So while we're saying that time is more important, we're not also saying that money is not important. You know what I'm saying? Okay, strong bros. I see when you get back. I'll be here. So do you guys understand what I'm saying? Because we're saying that time is more important, we're not then saying that money is not important. Does that make sense? I think sometimes when we say that time is more important, people think that that's like a call to be broke. That's not what we're saying. We're saying that one is more important, but we still need the other one as a part or an integral part of survival. Two things can be true. Time can be more important than money, and money can still be important. Do you guys agree with that? Do you guys agree with that? And 363, what do you think about what I just said? NM, come join the discussion. There's a lot of words of the day in the discussion, NM. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing good. You're such a great guy, Kunal. I hope you accomplish all the success you can get. That's what's up. After 30, money's everything for us. I understand what you mean and agree with what you're saying, but before you were asking one or the other, it's never as simple as that. Right, 363, I'm asking which one is more important. So it being more important doesn't mean you have time and no money. It's saying which one is the most important. It's delicacy just means it needs to be spent wiser. Correct. So some things can both be true. If you say that time is more important than money, it's not also saying that money is not important. Does that make sense? Or am I saying it how it should be said? Because okay, Aunt Mosey, you get me, right? That's like me saying, um, that's like me saying in the weight room in fitness, the bench press is more important than chest flies. Well, I'm not saying only do bench press. I'm saying the bench press is more important than the chest fly. You should do the chest flies, but the bench press is more important. So that's pretty much where I'm coming from with the question. I understand you, but that's why you can't choose between the two. They are one and the same. Harry, um, I think that's valid. I just think that most people and by the way, these are not my me these topics are not me saying that I believe either or. That's for you guys to pick. Um, but the general consensus believes that time is more important, Harry. And that's okay that you disagree. That's cool. That's why we're here, baby. That's what people do. You agree to disagree, and that's how you build. That's how you get understanding. You don't get understanding by being in echo chambers. You get, excuse me, understanding by trading ideas and being able to still love on somebody if they disagree with you. Let's go. Let's go, Harry. I appreciate you though, man. Listen, interaction is great. I appreciate you. I think time is equally as important as money and vice versa. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that, Harry. So you think I'm reaching? Uh Harry says I'm reaching, but I think everybody else thinks I'm preaching, and that's okay. We can move on to the next one. I think this is great. Agreeing to disagree is super healthy for society. All right, y'all ready for the next one? I'm sorry for the delay, but drop a one in the chat if you're ready for the next one. Am I preaching or am I reaching, y'all? Let's go. Let's go. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, here's the next question or the next statement. Spirituality needs practicality. Spirituality needs practicality. Am I preaching or am I reaching? And Moses says, I'm preaching. Doris says, I'm preaching. Aunt Moses, am I reaching? Says, I'm reaching. Am I reaching? Am I preaching, Aunt Moses? I'm reaching. Okay. Okay. That's cool. Anybody else? Am I preaching or am I reaching? I love it. So Aunt Mosey, tell me why I'm reaching. Doors, tell me why I'm preaching. Anybody else want to chime in? Am I preaching or am I reaching? Spirituality needs to have practicality. C7, look what the wind blew in. What's up, C7? Was that blanket comfortable, C7? Greed says I'm preaching. Okay, Greed, tell me why I'm preaching. Tell me why I'm preaching. To me, I understand reaching as teaching and preaching as relaying messages. Aunt Mosey, preaching, like if I'm preaching, that means you agree. If I'm reaching, that means that you don't agree. So if I'm preaching, that's like, yeah, he preaching. But if I'm reaching, you like, not really. I don't really agree with that. To be spiritual, you have to practice being spiritual. I say preaching. Okay, fourth wall. Fourth wall says, I'm going to pin fourth wall. Fourth wall says to be spiritual, you have to practice being spiritual. I say you're preaching. Let's go. Let's go. What do y'all think? Am I preaching or am I reaching? Need that clarification? You know I got you, Aunt Mosey. It's one thing to keep the faith. It's another to refuse its practice. True. 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 But how are you keeping what you believe if you're not practicing it? How do you know you even believe what you believe if you're not practicing it? I don't even think that makes sense, yo. Nicole Mason, I do remember you, Nicole. How you doing? Welcome to this edition of Am I Preaching or Am I Reaching? Let's go. Yeah, like if you say I believe in exercise, but you don't never exercise. Do you really believe in exercise? I don't think you do. Nicole, I'm doing pretty good. And the conversation is getting good, so I'm on the way to great. Let's go. Right? Yo, I'm driving, sorry, but don't be hypocritical and you're reaching. Okay. So how am I reaching, C7? Yeah, Nicole Mason, smash that like button. Be like number 20. Let's go. So anybody think I'm reaching on this one? Without practice, you never start spirituality. Spirituality is all about practical or practice. I like that, Doors. Is 363? Are you still here? I really want to hear what three. Oh, there he is. There he is. Some people don't practice what they preach. They can be knowledgeable in a subject, but don't apply it to themselves. So, Harry, do you believe that spirituality needs practicality? And Doors, I think Doors says I'm preaching. So I like that. I take that. Doors says I'm preaching. Greed says I'm preaching. Netchi says I'm preaching. I don't think anybody said reaching except C7. C7 would be the one to say that I'm reaching. For those that are in Discord, you know why I'm saying that. But am I preaching? Am I reaching, y'all? Do you have to practice your spirituality or do you not? Doors said we preaching, y'all. The sketch is just moving to number 1. Looks like no one thinks that I'm reaching. Anybody think I'm reaching? You guys all had beautiful responses, by the way. Beautiful responses. I loved all y'all responses. I'm going to pin Harry's response because I think it makes a lot of sense. So, Harry, I think you can be spiritual, believe in a belief, and think of it as true, but don't follow it and still ignore it. But let's talk about the word belief, though, Harry. Isn't belief when you believe in something, if you don't put it into practice, how do you really know you believe it? That's my question. Right? If you believe in something and you don't put it into practice, how do you really know it's something you believe in? Maybe you believed it at some point, or maybe you want to believe it. But if you're not actually doing it, then what are you doing? I don't know. I'm curious. I would love to know. Did you guys see what Harry just said, y'all? What do y'all think about what Harry just said? I think your belief starts to turn into hopes at that point. I agree. I think that if you believe in something and you're not doing it, I think you might not really believe in it. Harry says some people are just lazy. Okay. I agree with that, Harry, right? But if you're lazy about your belief, I don't know, man. Listen, you know what I think, Harry? I think that person is just following something religiously that they don't truly believe. Because I think if you believe in something, it makes you do something, right? I think you believe and your beliefs make you do something. That's what I think, right? I think you become something and then you do something, right? Like, look at a job. You go to school, right? You go to school, you become a veterinarian. You start to operate on animals. You became something, then you did something, right? If you have a particular belief and you're not doing anything, maybe you have religion and not relationship. Maybe you have a form of what you believe in. Maybe it was cultural. It could be cultural. It could be you were influenced by a friend. It could have been you were influenced by a relationship. But if you're not doing it, maybe you don't believe it. Isn't Harry's response similar to being lukewarm? Fourth wall. I think it's very similar. Fourth wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if a person says, I believe in eating healthy, and they never eat healthy? They don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they believe it. The Bible calls it being unequally yoked calls it being unequally yoked believer with non-believer. Do you mean like in a dating type of scene, Greed? Like if two people, like one person believes something, the other person doesn't believe, and they get together, they're unequally yoked. I agree with that. It's almost like if you believe in, living a healthy lifestyle, you get with somebody that doesn't believe in a healthy lifestyle, yeah, you might be a little unequally yoked. But from a spiritual standpoint, absolutely agreed. But I'm just saying, I don't understand. Maybe somebody can help me. 363 says that it's because some people are lazy, right? But I don't understand how a person can say they believe in something and they don't practice it. What do you really believe in? It means that in many ways, yes, but also believe in God, but not walk in his ways. So do you really believe then, Greed, if that's the case? We're not talking about perfection, right? We're not talking about, crossing every T and dotting every I and being perfect. We're not talking about that. We're just talking about having a general involvement in what you're saying. That's all. That's all, right? Or else you're gonna have people that believe in NASCAR. They're a NASCAR driver, and they're sitting home on the couch, never doing NASCAR driving. At that point, you can believe whatever. Then you can believe you're an astronaut. I'm an astronaut. Matter of fact, I'm an astronaut, guys. I've never been to space. I've never been on a spaceship. I've never did anything. And but I'm an astronaut. I could just say that, right? If that's the case, I could just say I'm an astronaut. Kunal says trying to be a good listener. I like that, Kunal. You may believe in exercise and eating healthy, but you've not got the time or money to commit, but you still believe in it, but you just don't practice. Right, Harry, but something like spirituality, you don't need the time to you don't need the time to practice it. Spirituality involves your everyday life. It involves your relationship. It involves your job. It involves your gym time, whatever your conversations throughout the day. So I get what you're saying, 363. But from a spirituality standpoint, you don't need time to practice it. I'm a millionaire on a budget. That's right. That's right. Fourth wall, right? We could just say whatever. As a matter of fact, guys, I am really a cheetah that is talking to you guys. I am not a human. I'm a cheetah and I'm talking to you guys. That's what I believe. I'm a cheetah. It's like believing you'll win the lottery without ever playing. Correct, Reggie. Correct. I'm a talking animal. You get my point? Sounds silly, right? I think I see where 363 is going. 363 is more so leaning towards I wouldn't say he's playing devil's advocate, but he's kind of like saying he wants to be more nuanced. And I agree with that. But I think there's a difference between living a healthy life, which I use as an example, but living a healthy life or trying to live a healthy life and spirituality. Spirituality, you don't need to be at any place to practice specifically. You don't need to, you don't need to, have a certain amount of money to practice. You don't need to have a certain amount of time to practice. Uh, you practice it in your everyday life. Do you know me from a long time ago? Elsie, I don't remember you, Elsie, but welcome to Am I Preaching, Am I Reaching? So the consensus, guys, is what? Drop it in the comments. Spirituality needs to have practicality. Am I preaching or am I reaching? Drop it in the comments. I like that, Doris. I like that, Kunal. So Kunal says I'm preaching. What do you guys say? What say you? Fourth wall says I'm preaching. Elsie, be careful out there. Hunker down. Aunt Mosey says I'm preaching. Okay, I like it. JK Fee, how you doing? Let's go, let's grow. All right, I think the general consensus says that I'm preaching. Happy summer. It's hot and I'm sweating. Elsie, go get it. Go get it, Elsie. Happy summer is right. It's hot here too, but it's raining on and off. JK Fee, I'm doing well. We're just having this discussion on different topics, and people are picking if I'm preaching, which means they agree, or am I reaching, which means they disagree. Thank you for the 20 likes, y'all. Okay, here's Harry, guys. Harry is going to bring the flames. Let's go. Reaching. Many nutritional and exercise science experts are out of shape and don't apply what they know to their own lives. Okay. Harry, are you saying that your spirituality is just as important as your exercise science experts? Are you saying that your spirituality is on the same level as people that believe in health and wellness that don't practice health and wellness? What do y'all say about that? I'm about to pin Harry just because I show love to all sides of the coin. What do y'all think? Greed, Nechi, Aunt Mosey, Fourth Wall, Cool Down. What do y'all think about that pin message right there? Kind of like that beat though. What do y'all think? Harry says, I think spirituality doesn't matter to a degree. You can't discuss, you can suggest, but can't force your opinions on others. Who's that for, Kunal? Kunal, who's that for? You can suggest, but can't force your opinion. I agree with that. Oh, nice, JK Fee. Nice. John Peter, good afternoon. How you doing? So, do you guys see what 363 said? "363 says spirituality doesn't matter to a degree. It's the same as motivation and can only get you so far." What do you mean by that, bro? I mean, my diet isn't perfect, but I went to the gym, workout, got some results, but I had to make my nutrition plan better to get better. Okay. Yes, I agree with that. 363. When you say spirituality does not matter, what do you mean by that? That's why we said spirituality followed with practicality. Where are all my spirit? If you see where I'm coming from, you said, I mean, my diet isn't perfect, but I went to the gym workout, got some results, but I kind of get what you're saying, bro, but it's kind of broken up just a little bit. But I think I get what you're saying. But I had my nutrition plan better to get better. I get what you're saying, man. Yes, you had to improve your nutrition to get results, right? Greed. Do you have anything to say in regards to Harry 363 or Nechi? Do you have anything to say in regards to Harry 363? So Harry 363, are you saying that because people that teach it don't follow it, it doesn't mean that it shouldn't be together? Because people do it, it doesn't mean it's good. You know what I'm saying? Because a person that teaches exercise science doesn't follow his own advice, that doesn't mean it's good. They just had to apply more to get more results, like practicing what you preach. Fourth wall, I agree with that. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. But yeah, 363, because somebody doesn't do it, it doesn't mean it's a good thing. Do you think so? I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand that line of thinking. I get what you're saying, but I'm trying to understand. Yes, but it shows that you don't need to practice something to be spiritual in it. It shows that you don't need to practice something to be spiritual in it. So are you saying I got you, Doris. I got you, Kunal. Um are you saying that the science workers are spiritual in their science in their practice, but they're not practicing? I don't understand. I'm not sure. If you believe, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's settle the score. If you believe that spirituality needs practicality, put preaching, put I'm preaching in the chat. If you believe that spirituality does not need practicality, drop that I'm reaching. Let's see, let's let you guys decide. Okay. Okay. Fourth wall says I'm preaching. Greed says, being warm, some of God's spirit from the mouth. I think if one isn't fully into the league, then they shouldn't represent it. For God said the prophet man never knew you. So Greed, you're saying that they do need to practice. Greed. Doors says I'm preaching. Aunt Moses says you can't be spiritual in something without practicing it. Got it. J.R. Jim, the topic is, am I preaching or am I reaching? We have different topics. So whenever I say a topic, I'll say a statement and you got to tell me if you think I'm preaching, which you agree, or am I reaching, which you disagree. They have a passion for it, dedicated their lives to study it, broadcast their findings to help others, yet don't apply it to themselves. So they have spirituality without practicality. Okay. So they're helping others live longer, but not themselves. Do you think that's a good thing, Harry? Do you think that's a good thing? How are they reaping the benefit of it if they're not helping themselves? Yes, sir. They need to keep practicing. I made a noise of this one. Way to find a way. But the wisdom isn't this way as well as provide us proper living. Agreed. For your particular belief, I agree. A lot of people get caught up with memorizing words without understanding the meaning of them. Next, you're very right about it. Hence why it's not practical for them. They're reciting words, just like the science, the guy that majored in exercise science. He recited the book. He's teaching the people to do it, but he's not living it out in his own life. They don't reap the benefits. So, Harry, how is it a good thing then? You can have spirituality without practicality, but how is that a good thing? That's the point. You can do a lot of things, or you can have a lot of thoughts in your head without doing it. It doesn't mean it's a good thing. right? I believe in working out. I think it's healthy for me, and I never do it. Well, guess what? I mean, maybe I believe that it's good, but if I'm not making it practical, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if they don't reap the benefits, I mean, what is the point of believing them? I get where you're coming from, Harry. I just think that it's different with spirituality because it's going beyond the surface. So I think most people said preaching. We got a couple that said reaching, or maybe one, but that's okay. That's okay. So we're going to stamp this one. Spirituality needs practicality. We're going to stamp that with the preaching. Okay? Hey, Leo, I'm doing good, man. How you doing? Absolutely preaching. Okay, I'm taking it. Preaching is the stamp. We're going to stamp preaching on this one, right? Okay, we got another one. If you're ready for it, put a one in the chat. Harry, this is actually the first time we're doing preaching versus reaching. So that's so funny that you asked. This is the first time that we actually are doing it. I appreciate you, Greed. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. This is the first time we're doing it. We're going to do more. We're going to do more of it, though, because I think people like it. So we're going to do more of it. JR Jim, I see you. Doors, Kunal, Greed, Fourth Wall, I see you. I see you. Oh, I have it, Mama. I see you. Okay, let's do it. Y'all ready for this one? This one's controversial. Well, let me give y'all this one. Y'all ready? The next one is this. Success is subjective. Success is subjective. Am I preaching or am I reaching? Am I preaching or am I reaching, y'all? Success is subjective. Wow, Harry said we preaching on this one. Wow. Fourth Wall, you're not sure? You're not sure, Fourth Wall? JR Jim says I'm preaching. Doors, Kunal says I'm preaching. Okay. Okay, I don't see any pushback. Aunt Mosey says I'm reaching. Since the last live stream. Okay. Okay, Aunt Mosey. Everybody that picked reaching, drop it in the comments why you feel that I'm reaching. If you pick preaching, drop in the comments why you think I'm preaching. While I get another song going. By subjective, you mean like personal feelings and stuff like that? Subjective means particular to the individual. JR Jim says you could have a lot of money tomorrow, but some may not see that as success. You have to build on yourself in so many ways. It's definitely subjective. I agree to that. I agree to that. Right? So I guess you're saying, JR Jim, having a lot of money is not a way of success for everybody. Success is only defined by what we see what we believe as achievement. If you think something is an achievement, then you're successful. Got you, Harry. Got you, Harry. So it depends on the individual. Okay. The reason why I asked this question in the first place is success has become more like an objective thing. People think that you know there's an objective way of being successful, and I think it's subjective. We place the value in our individual lives. I agree with that, Nechi. I agree with that. Agreed. Agreed. So far, I think we have that I'm preaching, and I think we have a couple, maybe one. Aunt Mosey, maybe you were the one that says that I'm reaching. For you, it's maybe success, but for others, it may not. Actually, we're human. We don't have any selective scale for success. True, Doors. To piggyback on what Doors is saying, I'm going to pin it. To piggyback on what Doors is saying, uh, imagine if everyone was a millionaire, right? Who would work at the waste management plant? Who would work in the restaurants? If everyone was rich, there would be nobody working in these places because they wouldn't need to work for those wages, right? Right. So who would deliver the mail if everybody was rich? So I think, especially during COVID, we learned a lot about placing value on success and what it looks like, because at that particular time, not a lot of successful businesses were open. It was all the other things, or the other places that were open. The essential places were open: the grocery stores, the gas station, the hospital, right? So I think you can definitely see it being subjective. Status and completion of goals are just social constructs, all subjective. There are no predefined goals set by the law of nature. To say this is Harry 363. I like that. I agree. I agree with that. Robots, maybe. Robots. That could be one. Robots. Yes, exactly. Depends on how you see it. It feels like someone family, someone may not feel the same way. True. True, JR Jim. Very opinionated. It's a joke, actually. I felt like it was cool now. Definitely subjective. I don't think anybody thought it was non-subjective. I think Aunt Mosey, did you want to elaborate on what you were saying? Did you want to elaborate on what you were saying? But so far, it looks like I'm preaching. So drop it in the comments again. I know you said it already, but success is subjective. Am I preaching or am I reaching? Let's go. Harry363 says I'm preaching. Who would deliver the mail? The AI drone. Yeah, right? Drop it. Am I preaching or am I reaching? So we can ask the next one. Yeah, the AI drone, he'll definitely do it. Doors says I'm preaching. JR Jim says I'm preaching. If subjective means influenced by personal things like emotions, then I say reaching, because I've seen a lot of people go through hardship but still. So Aunt Mosey, subjective just means that it's different depending on the subject. So it just means that yours, what you deem to be successful, may not be the same for me, and vice versa. Objective means fact. Subjective means depending on the person. Objective means no matter what person, this is what it is. This is fact. So an objective statement would be you need oxygen to survive. That's objective. Success is the same for everybody. That's subjective. Success is subjective. So yeah. We see preaching. We see preaching. Okay. So we preaching in here. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. I'm here in the UK and it's late. Gonna head off. Gonna head off before I get caught up in the next bit. Hey, you got it, man. Appreciate you sliding through, Harry. 363, man. Thank you for coming by. We actually got one more, y'all. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We did 5 already. This is gonna be number 6, you guys. This is gonna be number 6. Right? You ready? You ready? I think this is probably the most we won. That's right. I think this is going to be the maybe the most juicy or maybe the most simple. Y'all ready? Let's go. You ready for this one? Let's go. Here's the statement. Race is a tool for division. Race is used as a tool for division. Am I preaching or am I reaching? Little DJ Plays, what up, man? Demon Days, what's up? Doors says I'm preaching. Am I preaching or am I reaching, y'all? If you agree, I'm preaching. If you disagree, I'm reaching. Help me out. Race is used as a tool for division. Little DJ, I'm doing well, man. We just having a family discussion amongst Grow Gang members. No Grow Gang members, but you know what I mean. Grow Gang family. Let me say it that way. Demon Days says I'm preaching for sure. Doors Kunal says, bro, it's personal for us. What do you mean personal for us? That one I don't know. That one I don't know about what you mean. So basically, what I'm saying is, race has been weaponized to cause division amongst people. Greed says I'm preaching. Nechi says I'm preaching. Demon Day says preaching. Long time no see. Yeah, little DJ. Welcome back, brother. There's no benefit of classifying us by skin color. Okay. I feel you on that one, Nechi. So you believe that the number one, hell yeah, preach. So you believe that the number one race is the human race. Greed says race is a social construct. We are all shades of wheat. I like it. I mean, it has been used as a tool. However, I don't see it as a tool itself, rather what society or how else made a tool to divide us from being whole. I agree with that, JR Jim. So would you guys agree that the most important race is the human race? Would you guys agree with that? The most important race is, in fact, indeed, the human race. Let's get whole, people. Let's go. What do y'all think about that? John Peter says yes. Aunt Mosey, he says yes. Human race overshadowed by human face. I like it. Look at Doors with the bar. Yeah, we just adapted to our climates, no other reason. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. So does anybody think that I'm reaching? Anybody think that I'm reaching? Or do we all say that I'm preaching? Of course, no debate there. Okay, JR Jim. Oh my goodness. Let me remove somebody malfunctioning. Let me remove what his comments saying. So no debate. Aunt Mosey says I'm reaching. How am I reaching Aunt Mosey? Help me out, brother. I may need help. Help me out. Help a brother out, man. Aunt Mosey says I'm reaching. Help me out, man. Bring me back into my memories. Aunt Mosey, how do you say I'm reaching and then you say the statement again, bro? It's funny, man. The statement is race is used as a tool to divide us. Am I preaching or am I reaching? I'm just messing with you, Aunt. Just to clarify, sure. Is it a tool used to divide us? Like, look at all of us right now in this room right now. We're all from different shades, I'm sure. I can't see everybody's profile picture, but I can see some of them. We're all from different shades. And you notice we're not in here going crazy on one another because we clearly believe in the human race. 18, the guy's name is 18 Naked Cows, and he's coming in asking weird questions. I mean, come on, bro. Your name is 18 Naked Cows. Like, you had to write that in. let me keep going. Somebody literally wrote that as their profile name. 18 Naked Cows. I mean, you can't make this up. But let's get back to it. Aunt Mosey, am I preaching or am I reaching, bro? Help a brother out. You know it's all love either way, but help a brother out, man. Am I preaching or am I reaching? Can we do more? JR Jim, we've been at it for an hour and 42 minutes, JR Jim. You know what we can do, though? When we finish this segment, we can do it again. If the population of the world was 8 billion, how many of the whole population do you think are racist? Aunt Mosey, I think that if you say, I think there's a difference between racist, right, and racial preference. There's a difference. I think you can not be racist and have racial preference and still allow it to cause division. It should be the human race, but it's bitter truth. We all have to admit racism exists. People started to judge too before you open your mouth. That's right. And some of that is just because of what we've heard. You know what I'm saying? Rim Yee, I haven't seen you in like 10 years. You want to shout out, bro? Where you been at? Okay, bro, I feel that. Yeah, for sure. JR Jim, we're going to run it back because people like this. I understand. I'm trying to figure out how to explain my answer. Yes, I don't think it's a matter of, you know, I wouldn't even know how to answer that, bro, because that would be me just trying to make up something. I don't know how many. There's people that feel that way and they don't say it. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be sure how to answer that question for you, Aunt Mosey, but you could say it. You could say it the best way you can. You know what I'm saying? JR Jim said we back to the riddles. We got to get back on the riddles too, man. Don't worry, we're gonna set up a schedule where we have am I preaching or am I reaching? And then we'll have an evening also for riddles, man. I have been on other live streams. Okay. Remy, did you have a good day? I did. Thanks for asking. We're waiting for Aunt Mosey to say what he means. And by the way, I'm in America, so it may be different where you guys live. In Twitter, we Indian know what racism is. We know who's doing it. Don't want to discuss it here. I understand. Doris. But the whole point is it a tool to divide? Jassy Arfin, what's up, Jassy? What's going on? Appreciate you for liking the stream, Mrs. Arfin. So what do you say, Aunt Mosey? What do you say, brother? You're doing good. That's awesome. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. Like if you don't like if you are from a nationality where a group tends to treat another group because of where you're from, that divide amongst people, that makes sense. Sure, sure. Thank you, Jassy. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to say this statement again, and I'm going to ask y'all. Okay, cool. I think not everybody weaponizes race as a tool for division. I say reaching because it's like the statement is pointing fingers. Um, I guess Aunt Mosey, it wasn't so much as a people thing; it's more of a societal thing, if that makes sense. So it's not so much as like a people thing, like your belief, your race versus this race, or that race versus that race. It's more so like a societal thing. I think that when you have unity, you have strength, right? People make the society. Okay, people make the society. Okay, Viking woman, you came in, you came in uniquely at one of the hardest questions. The question was, um, is race, and like I said, it may be different in people's where people are from. I get it. Um, but is race used as weaponry? Jr. Jim, I've done a lot of live workout videos. Actually, Jr. Jim, I have, but people don't really like the live workouts because I'm not when I'm working out, I'm not talking to them as much, so they don't really like that. But yeah, that's the question: is race uh, used as weaponry? Because for me, right, I'll tell you my take. My take is the most important race is the human race. The most important race is the human race. A country with 1.4 billion people, but unity with diversity. Our country with 1.4 billion people, but unity with diversity. For sure. For sure. By the way, one of the great speakers said this: you can have unity without uniformity. You can have unity without uniformity. That means we can look different, but we can have unity. Even though we look different, we come from different backgrounds, we can still have unity. You know what I mean? So, am I preaching or am I reaching? Drop that in the comments. Am I preaching or am I reaching? Am I preaching or am I reaching, yo? What do y'all think? We had some very, very interesting topics, but I want to see what y'all are saying. I'm reading y'all's comments. I deal with racial issues all the different times, so I understand it in a different perspective. You deal with it all the time, so that means you think that it is used as weaponry. From a different perspective. Got you. Got you. All right. Am I preaching or am I reaching? Y'all drop that in the comments. Flood it in the comments. That way I know what you guys think. What do you guys think? Human blood color is the same. That's right. It bleeds. We can all feel pain. That's right. Who now says I'm preaching? I'll take it. Let's go. So I'm going to read off the topics for the day. The first one was relationships are an even exchange. That was the first one. Relationships are an even exchange. We had mixed reviews on that one. Everybody believes in something. We had mostly preaching, but a lot of people said, oh, no, a couple of people said reaching. Spirituality needs to have practicality. A lot of people said I'm preaching. A couple of people said I'm reaching. Time is more important than money. Most people said that I was preaching. Success is subjective. Most people said I was preaching. No, I don't see it as weaponized because the numbers don't add up. Aunt Mosey, I believe that when you talk about all the people in the world, um, the people in the world that are powerful are not large in number. So people that control narratives are not large in number. Does that make sense? People that control things are not large in number. So if they're not large in number, then even though there's 14 billion people in the world, it doesn't take a whole lot to get people to believe what you want to believe if you have influence. That's the thing. It's about influence. Greed trying to get us banned. Greed trying to get us banned, y'all. I ain't trying, I'm trying, Greed trying to get us banned, y'all. But divide and rule. That's it. So when it comes to control, you divide people and it's easier to control. You understand what I'm saying? So if there's 14 billion people and only a couple people are making you think a certain way, then I mean the numbers don't have to add up. It's where is it's all good, bro. Let me go ahead and delete that. So I mean no, you good, bro. That way we stay on the green side. We trying to stay in the green. No, you good. So if influence doesn't need a lot, I give you a clear example of that. How many sheep herders are there usually per sheep pen? Can you answer that? How many sheep herders are there per sheep pen? I think that's what they call a sheep pen or something. But you get my point. How many sheep herders are in there? Anybody know? Anybody know the answer to that? Anybody. Going once, going twice. As in shepherd, correct. When you see a sheep pen, you don't see a shepherd per sheep. You see one, maybe some backup, two, and then you see a whole bunch of sheep. One shepherd per the whole flock. Okay. Exactly. And guess what? That shepherd gets the sheep to move where he wants them to move, right? Same thing with influence. The shepherd has the power amongst the flock. So the sheep go where the shepherd say. Right? Same thing with influence. All right. Listen, I appreciate y'all coming by. I hope you guys enjoyed the first Am I Preaching or Am I Reaching? I hope y'all enjoyed it, man, as much as I did. It's been fun, man. I hope you enjoyed it. Drop lightning bolt in the comments if you really enjoyed this episode of Am I Preaching or Am I Reaching? Drop a lightning bolt emoji in the chat. Let's go. Lightning bolt emoji in the chat. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Lightning bolt, right? It's been a pleasure. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Aunt Mosey. Appreciate you, Greed. Doors. Appreciate you. Lightning. Can I find it? I'm over here writing it in the wrong thing, bro. Bolt. I'm back. I was spotting a guy. Okay, no problem, man. Listen, you guys came by. King Van. Here you go. There you go, bro. Viking woman got it. Lightning bolt in the chat if you enjoyed the conversation. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Listen, we did it. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. We're going to do it again. Am I preaching or am I reaching? Listen, I appreciate y'all. Y'all know I'll see y'all in Discord for sure, where we can continue some of these conversations. But listen, I hope you had an amazing Tuesday. And never forget, you keep going and you keep growing. I love y'all, man. I see y'all in Discord and I see you on the next stream. And remember, am I preaching or am I reaching? Salute. Let's go.